outside to smash that bell so you'll know every time I post. You did? You did? Well, check this out, boy. Say, that nigga Will Smith did this shit. You hear me? We already knew Will was gangster. We just thought he got old. You know what I'm saying? We always thought that Hollywood carpet had that man scared. That's what we thought. That's what we thought. We thought Hollywood had Will, you know what I'm saying, put up in a box. Will had to come out and let us know shit. Let us know he still BLM. You hear me? That boy put them paws on that boy. The slap was so hard, man. It sounded fake. You see how a day later he trying to show the kid how to do a fake slap? You hear me? You see how he tried to show the kid how to do a fake slap? He tried to show him how to, but that slap sounded nowhere near the slap he gave Chris Rock. And I respect him before it. Because if anybody disrespect your wife or your woman, anything about you, you handle the situation right then and there. Because if you don't handle it, they're going to feel like shit's sweet and they can disrespect you anytime or whatever. You don't handle it later, 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later. No, you address the situation right then and there. Especially when it's your woman. And it's a man versus woman, so she can't really defend herself. So you handle that for her right then and there. So he probably should have just maybe commented back because he's a comedian as well, versus getting up and physically putting his hands on the man. But he tried to let him know, hey, don't play with me on this camera. That's all he was doing. He tried to let him know, hey, I know you're a comedian, I know you joke, but I ain't the one to play with on this camera. And I understood how personal it got, because it's a health condition. And that's probably killing her self-esteem, her spirit, all that. Considering we know who Jada is, bad motherfucker. Jada been bad forever. You hear me? Jada been a big fine motherfucker forever. We been trying to fuck on her. So Jada been bad. So by her losing her hair, we know she lost a little bit of that confidence. But shit, bitch still rocking that bald head. You feel me? She still rocking that bitch like a motherfucker. So it ain't take too much from her. We understand where he come from. Like, he was supposed to step up. He was laughing at first, though. Don't get me wrong, because the joke was funny. You know what I'm saying? When you look at her head and you know G.I. Jane, the joke was funny. It was a funny joke, no cap. So he was laughing until she gave him a wife eye, like, nigga, for real? You really laughing with this nigga? So she checked this bitch ass with them eyes, and he knew he better get up and do something, because when he got home, gonna be a motherfucking problem. And when I say problem, I ain't talking about a problem for today. Nigga, that problem gonna go on next week, next month, next year. Because when a woman got a problem, she don't let that bitch go. The problem is forever. You can't win with a woman. The problem is just there ongoing. That's facts about it. So shout out to Will for slapping that nigga. And Chris Rock, I feel like you should have said apology. You knew you were wrong for disrespecting that nigga wife on TV. You trying to get on this camera act like you don't accept apology. Y'all work that shit out. Both y'all niggas 50. Y'all been beefing for 10 years, 15 years. Why y'all just don't put that shit in the ring? Put that bitch in a celebrity boxing match. Y'all would have put all these rappers in a celebrity boxing match and all that shit. Put that nigga. Okay, Will from Bel Air. He from Philly. So you got Jersey and Philly. Who gonna win that tussle? Y'all put them two men in the boxing ring, see if they gonna do that. Y'all always talking about motherfucking the thrillers and all that, verses and all that. Put that shit together. Somebody set that shit up. Y'all got the motion to do it. Somebody set that shit up. Set it on up. That's one fight I would watch. Because I don't think we ever seen Will fight in real life. You know what I'm saying? Just on that bad boy shit. But I feel like Jada kind of instigated it, though. And if he would have been robbed out of his Oscar, I would have held it over Jada head if I was him. Because the way the eyes and the stare down that she gave him, Will would have never got out of character like that. He would have never did nothing like that on TV in public. He would have never did that. So I would have got on Jada if they would have took the award or lost the award. Nigga been acting for 50 years waiting on that award. You hear me? I've been watching Fresh Prince, nigga, since I was probably about, I'm going to say 8. Probably before that. And I'm an old soul. You hear me? So he been deserved that award a long time ago before other people got their awards. So Will been do that award. And like they say, like they did say, the devil come out at your biggest moments. I mean, he probably felt a little funny when he was going all day. All day he probably felt jittery. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know that was gonna happen, but he felt some type of feeling up on his shoulders. He just didn't know what was gonna happen. He probably thought that maybe somebody was gonna beat him or something. Denzel was gonna beat him. Or he wasn't gonna get the war. He just didn't know that man was gonna try him. He didn't know that man was gonna come for him. Yeah, they was sitting center row, but it was other couples sitting center row too that was right there that he could have pointed out and he could have just jumped on them just as well as he jumped on them. But I would have made him single out Jada Pickett. Even though that August shit went viral. We knew that was gonna go viral. That nigga singled Jada out again. I know she already stressed out because everybody been on her ass about that August shit. And everybody know Will a good dude. Even though that backlash with them sharing partners, but y'all know how they get down. Y'all know how they get down. So they swingers. So if y'all didn't know they swingers, they fuck anything anyway. So I don't know why they mad at each other for this shit. But hey, that's none of my business. That's none of my business. I'm just saying that he should have expected that shit. Sitting center row, knowing Chris Rock was coming out there. Even if he didn't say nothing to Jada, Will should have expected this nigga gonna get out here and try to roast somebody. So he should already had his motherfucking guard up to have a comeback versus a physical comeback. Sometimes you just gotta prepare yourself. And I feel like his speech was real. Everybody say his speech wasn't real, it was made up and all that. I feel like his speech was real. It just didn't hit us the way it was supposed to because of the altercation that happened. So the way he delivered the speech, we had a whole different kind of cloud over our head, so we couldn't really feel the speech and hear the speech because we just seen his actions. You see what I'm saying? We just seen his actions, and then he give us this type of heartfelt speech, and we like, really, nigga, you just whooped this nigga ass, now you up here crying, and got all this. You supposed to be so angry and full of rage that them tears and emotions, how they come out like that? That's some old psychological bipolar crazy shit. Where you can just switch from 5 seconds like that from angry rage to crying, giving a powerful speech. So she got him fucked up in the head too. He probably on some medication since all that shit from 2-3 years ago. Knowing that young nigga was jumping up and down his woman, yeah, that nigga Will, he on something, I don't give a fuck. He doing something to cope that shit. But shout out to them for being married like a motherfucker. You know, them the couples we always want to be like Will Smith, Hove and Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? We want to be like people like them. And then when we see they sit behind closed doors, we like, what the fuck? These niggas been married all this time. They ain't been happy. They ain't even been together fucking. They been fucking different people the whole time. And we won't be like them. So that's why you can't look at this old fairy tale internet ass shit and be thinking all this shit sweet and real. That shit fake as a motherfucker. You gotta go with this shit in real life, flow by flow, and start trying to live everybody else's life. And live your life. That's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do. So hopefully this moment right here, that Will pulled up his motherfucking suspenders and put his breeches back on, took that punk ass skirt off. He took that British skirt off, the Irish skirt off, you know what I'm saying? And he gave that bitch back to Jada, and she took off the goddamn suspenders and gave back to him, you know what I'm saying? I guess he got his motherfucking, his man card back now. So maybe that bitch will stop running over that nigga now. Maybe he got his motherfucking young man card back in Jada eye, you know, because she like that Tupac gangsta ass shit. That bitch like a nigga with a backbone. You hear me? She like the gifts and the shine and the wine and the dimes. That bitch like to be fucked like a dog. That bitch want to be fucked a little rough. And Will, he ain't got that in him. Will trying to drink wine with his arm crossed and shit, and you know all that old shit. She don't want that every night. She want a thug. So maybe Will got that side back right in when he pulled out that gay ass slap that did like this. Yeah, see, it went all the way over like that. He ain't slapped nigga. He went and the whole hand went. Yeah, y'all know when you slap a nigga like this, we make that bitch close at the end. And then hand, the whole time that bitch was wide, straight, flat open. Wow. That was a gay ass slap. If you go look at that bitch back. That gay ass slap. I was like, man, that feminine ass slap. Then he walked off. The nigga tried to do the That bitch tried to do the Obama walk off, goddamn. He tried to do the Obama Denzel walk off. That bitch was gangster. It was clean in the bitch. He slapped that nigga that walked out like a gangster. But Chris Rock damn near come back with him. I wish they would have let that shit rumble though. Cause they was some young niggas, they'd let them niggas throw that shit down. If there was some young niggas, they'd let them throw that shit down. Banned they bitch ass. Quick. But considering they were Will, they got in the middle of it fast. But shout out Will. Everybody say he was wrong for that shit. Only thing I feel like he was wrong, cause it was national TV, dog, at the Oscars. Now, like I said, you should have had a comeback joke, but sometimes it don't matter about the place. They always say it's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do at that time in the moment. And that was one of them times in the moments that he had to do what the fuck he had to do and accept whatever consequence came with it. And right now, he don't earn so much and did so much. He didn't deserve a award taken from him for one mistake. You don't hear his name in the motherfucking media like that, like these other motherfucking famous people. You don't hear Will in the media like that. You don't hear his name in there. You hear these other people, but you do not hear his name in the media. Only time you heard his name in the media because of the Jada stuff with the August stuff. Not because of some Will stuff, because of some Jada stuff. So don't get it twisted. He is a good guy. He just did what every man was supposed to do, defend his wife. That's what he took the vows and the honor for. So shout out to Will. I respect him. Salute. Keep doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everything get better. Y'all can squash that in the end. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all turn on that bell so y'all can get them post notifications every time I subscribe. Every time I drop a video. You know what I'm saying? Y'all do that for me. Hey, road to 7K. We out. Scrooge Gang, Exposed TV.